There's a reason why so many people have been asking for a proof of life on President Joe Biden, because things have been really weird since his apparent dropout from the presidential race on July 21st. But in this video, I'm going to make first a recollection of events so you can absorb the speed at what everything has evolved, because this is just baffling. And hands down, the things that triggered all these events was the debate on June 27. We already know the outcome of it, that Biden was criticized for staying in the race. People that were supporting him barely days before were asking for him to drop out because, was the right thing to do. You remember that. You remember George Clooney was one of the biggest hypocrites, we could say. Like in 3 weeks, he had this change of mind. We don't know why, but it was a reality. Then, of course, the events in July 13th, the assassination attempt on Donald Trump was perhaps the turning point in this timeline. And this is why so many people, it's not what people say, it's a fact that America and perhaps the world changed that day for many reasons, because the events that unfold in less than 48 hours later began to, look truly bizarre, especially because in July 16th was the last time that Joe Biden was campaigning for his re-election. He was in Las Vegas, Nevada. People that saw him did not see him well. This is, of course, unofficial. I'm going to talk about this more at the end of this video. But this was the last day of campaigning of Joe Biden, because he was diagnosed with COVID the next day on July 17th. And this video that we're watching right now, this video that you're looking at, is literally the last time we saw Joe Biden in the flesh. He was boarding a plane in Delaware because it so happens that he had to isolate himself or something. It was on July 17th. And the next day, the very next day, Donald Trump gave his acceptance speech, accepting the nomination for at the RNC. Of course, that speech was about unity, made ripples on the political field. You know the implications of all this, and as many people are saying, he was not supposed to be there, obviously, because someone wanted to delete him from this timeline that we are in. Not the next day. The very same day, in July 18th, the very same day, Obama tells allies that Biden's path to winning re-election has greatly diminished. I mean, why would this leak on the Washington Post, which is a left-leaning media, about Obama having this opinion, and Biden had just announced that he had COVID? And I know it has nothing to do directly, but it was a bit of bad taste or excellent timing, depending on what side of the political spectrum you're on. But at the same time, on July 18th, that same day, this interview was released, and that is the interview in which Biden says himself, when he's asked about if he would drop out of the presidential race, he would say, I will not drop out, but maybe if there's a medical condition. But he never says the words that he would drop out, that he never really acknowledges it. I made an analysis of this video, and it is just implied but not said directly. I just want you to understand that these 3 events happen on the same day. Trump's speech, Obama, or the leaks about Obama on the Washington Post, and this video about Biden suggesting, implying that he would drop out of the presidential race if there was some kind of medical condition. Barely, we jump to July 20, and this is where things begin to spin out of control, get really crazy. This was in Joe Biden's personal account. Great to be in Nevada earlier this week. Nevadans played a key role in electing me in 2020, and they will do it again in 2024. This was in July 20. This update, okay? Why do I say that things began to get crazy? Because that same day, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez uploaded rather, let's say not cryptic, rather direct video in which she says that, well, these forces that are acting in the shadows, this cabal or group that are acting behind closed doors, that they want Biden removed from the ticket. They don't just want Biden removed, they want Kamala Harris removed as well. That like they don't want to do with any two of them. Okay, so some of them are with Kamala, and some of them are against her. And ultimately, Ocasio-Cortez deleted this video. I might do a battle language analysis of this video later today, but the priority is that she not only deleted this video, but of course, things went completely out of control with Joe Biden's dropping out of the presidential race on July 21st with that piece of paper with absolutely no government letterhead and that signature that I already analyzed on a video that you can check in the description. Immediately, it was like 1 hour later, he endorsed Kamala Harris to be in that to be the next president of the United States. And we all ask, why wasn't it written in the original paper statement? That's something that I just don't understand. Hours, I would say that minutes afterwards, we see support from the Clintons, from Gavin Newsom, and from Alex Soros. It's time for us all to unite around Kamala Harris and beat Donald Trump. She is the best and most qualified candidate we have. Long live the American dream. This was just in a matter of hours. This was just insane, and the day hasn't finished yet because Obama made his own remarks on Medium that very same day. Joe Biden has been one of America's most consequential presidents, as well as a dear friend and partner to me. Today, we're also being reminded again that he's a patriot of the highest order. He uses this link to his Medium account, and in his Medium post, makes no mention of Kamala Harris whatsoever. That tells you a lot. There is no mention of her, and the day hasn't finished yet. It was a long day, July 21st, because Kamala Harris formally takes over Biden-Harris campaign account. She is the only one who could. Yeah, she is the only one who could get access to the money chest as per all these legal implications. And well, this has been just wild. Finally, July 21st ends, but let's say that July 22nd is no less weird, because we have this update by the White House, official update, memorandum on the delegation of certain functions and authorities under the Rebuilding Economic Prosperity and Opportunity for Ukrainians Act. We haven't seen Joe Biden since July 17th. He is nowhere to be found. Nobody has, okay, he can be recovering at home. We understand that perfectly, but don't you tell me that this is just a bit the timing. Why do you have to give the responsibility of, sending all the money to Ukraine to someone else? It was that necessary at this time? I don't know. I find it kind of forced. And that very day, yesterday, we had an update on the POTUS account on X. We are the United States of America. There's nothing we can't do if we do it together. We just have to remember who we are. I've dedicated my presidency to proving that, and I'll continue to do so today, tomorrow, and every day that I have the honor of being your president. Who is this tweeting? Who is this tweeting? Okay, it might be Joe Biden, but we already know that Joe Biden has a ghostwriter who is writing those tweets. That same day, did Biden's brother Frank just imply that Joe is terminally ill? In a phone call we have, Frank Biden says, I will have him back to enjoy whatever time we have left. What is he implying by this? That Joe Biden is suddenly terminally ill? If we are saying, let's go back in time. Less than a month ago, everybody, and I mean literally everybody, was saying that Joe Biden was in excellent condition, that he had medical checkups like daily. He said that himself, that he was in peak physical condition. And now we have this barely 1 month later. I can't tell you how weird this is. That same day, July 22nd, Kamala Harris boards a plane to Delaware to speak with Joe Biden's staff. We could be witnessing a transfer of power sooner than expected. This is, again, might be nothing, but the problem is that Kamala was in Delaware, and it is supposed that Biden is there, right? That same day, barely hours later, we have the strange phone call, audio call from Joe Biden to Kamala Harris headquarters, live. And there are so many things strange with this. I made a video. You can watch it on my channel. And Biden never has any gaffes, never has any problem speaking. Like there's a different Joe Biden speaking faster. He doesn't react when people are cheering his words about Kamala. He doesn't address the fact that he dropped, why did he drop out of the presidential race, and makes it like it's no big deal. And of course, we also have this clip that I need to play for you.
Our president's voice. Joe, I know you're still on the call.
Yeah, it's like a slip of the mind. Kamala said, okay, Joe, you are on apparently she was going to say you are on record. Was this a recording? I don't know. It was too quick. Let's say that it was a slip of the mind, but a very strange slip of the mind and concerning slip of the mind. That same day, July 22nd hasn't finished yet. That same day, we have this communication from the physician to the president at the White House. President Biden completed his 10th dose of Paxlovid this morning. His symptoms have almost resolved completely. His pulse, blood pressure, respiratory rate, and temperature remain absolutely normal. His oxygen saturation continues to be excellent on room air. His lungs remain clear. The president continues to perform all his presidential duties. Okay, nice. Why couldn't he appear on a Zoom call or FaceTime or anything with Kamala for her first speech as presumptive presidential nominee? This is just weird and crazy. And the last tip that we have are these rumors that President Biden suffered an undisclosed medical emergency during his time in Las Vegas, police sources say. It was just today, just fresh. We still don't know what has happened to President Biden. I don't trust that call. That there's so many things that you can do with AI nowadays. I really don't trust that. Having no Zoom calls and not having the person, I think this is all too strange. But I would love to know what do you think about this in the comments. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the body language guy. Much love and bliss.